Are you thinking about getting into cybersecurity? Have you seen the ad saying learn cybersecurity in 24 weeks, right? And thought that this would be a great quick way to get into the industry and also increase my income at the same time. Well, I've done something similar. I thought the same thing. I took the Michigan State Cybersecurity Bootcamp, and yes, I think it was worth it for coming from no experience within cybersecurity. And this is what you can and can't expect from the bootcamp. Let's get right into it. The broad understanding of cybersecurity is what you'll get from this bootcamp. General concepts like CIA triad, confidentiality, integrity, availability, or the understanding of threat actors, which is like your hacktivists, your government organizations, your script kiddies, right? Your novices, or GRC, governance, risk compliance. That's pretty huge in the industry right now. Making sure that companies are compliant with regulations and laws in the current region that they're set. Network fundamentals, so your servers, clients, load balancers, routers, firewalls, things like that. Pen testing, digital forensics, just to name a few topics. However, they do go broad as far as cybersecurity. Now, also within that context, you also get to learn about a lot of the tech that we use in cybersecurity, like Linux, sysadmin functions, Windows sysadmin functions. They teach you bash scripting, Wireshark for packet capturing, network packet capturing, hashing algorithms with cryptography, setting firewall rules, Nessus, Splunk, Azure, things like that. Not only understand the concepts, but also have experience with the actual technology within cybersecurity. And there are plenty of projects, labs, and assignments to get you familiar with that tech. So like capture the flag activities, Linux capture the flag activities was one of my favorite, and pen testing capture the flag activity. Pen testing was definitely the one that I liked the most. Got hands-on in Metasploit and allowed us to find vulnerabilities in a web application in order to get into the back-end Linux environment and then kind of traverse over to Windows environment, which was really nice. I really liked that activity, and it was also within a group, so you had some help. It wasn't just you. There are also projects like building Splunk dashboards, building Azure blog site. So that was the hands-on experience I was talking about with Azure. And then there are a lot of non-technical things that also come into play when it comes to this bootcamp. You are writing reports where you need to explain to not just the people who hired you, but also the people who are working right with the actual information that you're displaying them from a pen test. Well, I'm not a pen tester, but our job as cybersecurity professionals is that we're doing a pen test and then we're giving it to someone who's going to fix the issues within that, and they need to be able to understand. And also the executives of that corporation need to understand what actually went on during the pen test. They give you a lot of career support. They also talk about the possible career paths within cybersecurity, which I didn't necessarily know about when I first got started. So if you look at this chart right here, it talks about your physical security. Physical security is really big in cybersecurity because you have to actually protect the data centers, right, that house the data. You have security operations, which is more of what people think about when thinking about cybersecurity, more of the technical roles. User education, you have threat intelligence, governance, the GRC that I talked about as well, and then the enterprise risk when you're looking to audit your third parties and your vendors to make sure that they're also compliant so that when their vulnerability doesn't necessarily come back to you. One of the other big things that you can also expect out of this bootcamp is a decent level of career support. They do offer coaching sessions. However, the coaching sessions, career services won't allow you to schedule any coaching sessions without first completing a version of your LinkedIn and resume. So it puts a responsibility on you to make sure that you get those done, at least a rough draft. And then you have the ability to, when you are doing coaching, you can come back to them and they can tweak your things on your resume and tweak things on your LinkedIn profile that you feel like maybe a little bit shaky on, and they giving me good tips. In this whole bootcamp, right, I started off with getting that done as soon as possible, meaning my resume and my LinkedIn profile, and probably within 1 or 2 weeks I scheduled a coaching call because I had those in submitted. At the beginning, right, it wasn't much for us to talk about because I didn't have a lot of tech experience. But however, as the course went on and I continued to take advantage of the coaching calls, there was a lot more to talk about and a lot more that I realized that I could put on my resume and on my LinkedIn profile, and they helped me structure that as well. Currently, I've already graduated from the boot camp, so I've been working with career services to talk about job strategy. That's one of the things that I struggle with the most, not coming from a professional corporate background. How do I actually get into a role as a cybersecurity professional? They've been helping me with that as well. If you're getting value from this video, go ahead, click that subscribe button. I post weekly videos about my cybersecurity journey to help you navigate. That's what you can expect. Now, what you shouldn't expect at all from this course, right, is you shouldn't expect to get a job immediately. They do advertise that they have access to 250 plus employers, but my thing is where? Like, where are they? If they actually do have access to these employers, like, I would like to get in touch with them because I'm looking for a job. Just like you would be when you actually finish this course. So I wouldn't expect to come out of, especially if you don't have any cybersecurity experience prior. They do have online networking where you can take advantage, and they tell you a little bit more about the actual landscape, right, of cybersecurity, getting your job together and what actual people are looking for in the industry when it comes to hiring managers, but it's not extensive. Also, you're not going to understand cybersecurity entirely when it comes to after this course and completing it. It just doesn't make sense, right, for you to have the knowledge of 10-year cybersecurity professional when you've only been doing it for 6 months. So this kind of leads me to my other point as well. You're going to have to do more work outside of this course in order to make sure that you understand what's going on. Listening to podcasts, looking at news reports. One of the podcasts that I listen to a lot is the Cyberwire. The Cyberwire is big. They post something every day. News reports. I know everybody heard about CrowdStrike. That was something that I just heard about regular everyday news, and there are things that come out all the time. Now, you're going to have to go through certification education, because this is not the only certification that you're going to want in order to prove that you're actually understand cybersecurity concepts and can actually apply them. Not only just your industry standard like your Security Plus. I passed that one earlier this week, so that was fun. And then your vendor specific, so like Splunk, Azure, stuff like that. I'm Splunk certified, so I'll probably be doing a video about the certification I have eventually, but don't necessarily expect to be done with certifications or education after this course as well. For the most part, right, yes, this bootcamp is worth applying for, worth taking. It's for people who have no cybersecurity experience at all, like myself before it. And you use this bootcamp as literally like a stepping stone. It's just really a taste test of cybersecurity, not the whole kit and caboodle. If you found value from this video, make sure to give it a like and share it with a friend who's thinking about taking a cybersecurity bootcamp in order to start their career. So I'll see you next time.